Good morning, passport holders. It's early. It's 7:15 in the morning. Today is January 22nd, 2018. Making today, what is that, day 1179 of the vlogs. And obviously I'm up, I'm dressed. I slept for 8.5 hours and I still woke up 20 minutes before my alarm was set to go off, which is why I'm kind of fully ready and I've got about 25-30 minutes until I need to leave here. So just trying to make this all kind of work. Today's a big day, couple of big interviews, and I actually think that the one around the corner is going to call me somewhere, in that noon, 1 o'clock time frame and get me to try and come in sometime today or tomorrow. So we'll see, kind of one step at a time right now. But once I get done with that stuff, I've got some stuff that I need to do off camera, which is kind of a weird thing. So I've got interviews off camera. I've got this other stuff that I have to do off camera. And hopefully that'll start to clear the way a little bit for me, make things a little bit easier in the interim here. But then the final piece is, continuing to apply for more and more jobs, right? Obviously with Thursday, Friday, and today being completely slam-packed with interviews, I have not been applying for my required 15 to 20 job applications a day. And so I need to start picking that up in case all of these fall through. I have to start moving aggressively. So we're going to do what we can in order to find an interesting job for me to be in. And hopefully the results of today's interviews and this last week's interviews results in job offers sometime this week. So it is what it is, but I continue to fight. And that is a good thing, minus the fact that I cut myself while shaving today, which of course I do. And overall, just trying to keep a positive outlook on things. I hope you guys are having a tremendous Monday as this is being recorded. Let's get today started. 2:15 at this point, back here in the apartment. Interview went okay, not great. Or I guess take that back. First interview went well, they don't have a job, they have to create one for me. And it doesn't sound like they're super motivated to do that right now with the director of marketing that I spoke with. Could become a consulting contract though, regarding strategy and those kinds of things until they need somebody in-house to do that full time. So we shall see. That stated, the longer form interviews went well, each of them. And so it is kind of what it is. I still have the company around the corner that I really want to work with. But it balls completely in their court right now. There is nothing more that I can do. And so we're kind of waiting on executives and maybe even a few other decision makers to make time in order to be able to meet me. So we'll see. But one step in front of the other. We're starting to piece together options. In the end, just trying to make victories happen. All right, 9 p.m. Just finished up The Bachelor. Man, it's getting hard to watch these in the U.S. Like as I dig deeper into the back catalog and the international catalog of The Bachelor, the U.S. version is just it's just hard to watch. That stated, I don't remember the last time I picked up a camera. I think it was right after I got home from the interview cycles. And so there's some good news and some not so good news. The good news is that the big interview that I had on Friday resulted in a job offer, which is tremendous. It starts on Feb 12, and I've just got to go and get drug tested at this point, so I got to do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow morning around 9 or 10 a.m. is my guess. And my guess, I will head on over there to the drug testing center. That's about 4 or 5 miles away. It's not a big trek for me to do it. And so that's positive. The negative is, the neg on that offer is that the starting job that I'm rolling into isn't enough cash after health insurance and taxes and whatnot in order for me to stay in this apartment. So it puts me in a weird situation where I'm going to have to find more revenue, right, somewhere, some more cash for me personally, not just more revenue for the business, although that is a way to get me more cash, is to go and get 2 or 3 new clients so I can make up the delta. Fortunately, though, on the phone call with my dad actually had a pretty good lead for me relating to closed captioning, and they've got a ton of back content. And so that's going to be something that I take care of tomorrow, right? The big agency that's across the street from me here is another pitch that I'm going to actually make probably tomorrow. Send an exploratory email, send over the stuff that I've already done for them, and say, hey, like, I would love to talk with you guys. Basically, because in that 3-week period or 2.5-week period between now and when I would start that job, I've got to find this revenue. And it's got to come from somewhere. And so that may become the primary thing that I start to do over the next couple of days, is getting that stuff all squared away so that I can then, really start to pitch people underneath the new brand, underneath the Video Sweetener brand. And so that way I can start to change pricing a little bit. But overall, I do want to chase that, but I have to be very, very cognizant of the fact that I have to go apply for part-time jobs as well. And so I think that the best spot for me to do that with the schedule that I'd be on for training for the 12 to 16 weeks that I'd be in training is retail. And that's not fun. It's going back to my roots in some respects, but I got to do it. I got to apply for a lot of these jobs very quickly in order to pick up an extra, we'll call it, with expected retail wages, somewhere between 20 and 30 hours a week, which I think is achievable. So it's either a warehouse job or that, kind of figure out where I land. The bad news today was that I received 4 more, including one of the interviews I was in today, no's from companies. And so it kind of is what it is. At this point, the one around the corner remains the only major kind of gig that I could go into and stay in this place comfortably from day 0. I would work my face off for them, but it's up to them, right? It sounds to me like things are still going well, right? I mean, obviously I went in Thursday, I went in Friday, there were emails exchanged Friday night. We'll see. We'll just see. There's nothing more I can really do. So right now, I've still got Clintus's captions to do final review on. I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back out here. I'll probably watch an episode of Shark Tank, and then it's bedtime. With me having started, I think it's something like, initially my first wake up was at 2 o'clock, but then the real one was closer to 6:15. I'm tired. A big emotional roller coaster of a day, a lot of hurry up and wait, and so now it's just time for me to go and rest and kind of switch gears a little bit versus, hey, I want to chase the big jobs and do all those things too. Okay, I have a job that is going to start. Now I need to find additional sources of income or go 2 steps up and find more clients for my business in order to make this all work. I apologize for a 3-clip day. It is just, again, there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about, a lot of companies that I can't disclose because I signed agreements and stuff. So we'll go down that path, one step at a time, one piece at a go, and we'll figure it out. But I will say thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.